Yeah, so, now that I'm a stay-at-home dad and that, I've been trying to get more responsible, around the house and, with Jaden and that. Basically, I've been really trying to teach Jaden how to tell lies, trying to sort of, make him better at that. I mean, I think he's, a little too young to understand, but, you got to start him young, and sooner or later he'll get the gist of it, mate, When you think of it, mate, telling the truth is un-Australian, And we've got an age-old tradition of telling fibs in this country, It goes way back. And don't listen to what anyone tells you, mate. There's nothing wrong with telling a fib or two, This country was built by professional thieves and liars who got sent here from England for flogging like a candle or a piece of bread if they were hungry, or a hanky if they had a runny nose, mate, So you can't have a more fair income history about lying than that, mate, It's like it's our fibre, mate. It's in our souls, mate, I mean, look at the great Aussie heroes like Ned Kelly, like Chopper, like Alan Bond, and like our Prime Minister John Howard, mate. All crims, crooks and liars. And we love them, mate. That's why it's so important to learn to lie well, Because people hate bullshit artists, mate. They don't like bullshit, but they love it if you can look them in the face and lie to them like you're telling the truth, mate. They love it. They love it. John Howard is so good at that. He's our leader, mate. That's why he's our leader. I mean, he lies like he's telling the truth all the time. He's so skilled at it, mate. I mean, he says, where do you start with a bloke, Like, I mean, probably the best one is, he says there'll never be a GT tax thing, while he's leading the country, He swears on his mother's dying grave, mate. And, next thing you know, he brings out a GT, Smoothest of all lies, mate. He brings the GT tax in, and you got to respect a bloke who can lie like that, And not only does John Howard tell that lie, mate, but then the bloody car companies get on with it. And before, like last year, Ford brings out a GT, a new GT. They hadn't had a GT since like the 70s, mate, So everyone's getting on the bandwagon. So, like, John Howard's like spreading the lie and love, mate. It's bloody phenomenal, mate. And the next thing he tells us is we're going to war with, Osama Hussein in, Iraq with all the darkies over there because they've got bombs to kill us, And after everyone else, mate, in the world admits that they lied and that says there was no bombs at all, mate, Johnny Howard still sticks to the story, mate. Now that not only takes bloody guts, but it's commitment, mate. It's commitment to the lie, Oh, look, some people say it takes a big man to admit when they're wrong or when they lied, but I reckon it takes a bigger man to stick to the lie, mate. Especially when everyone in the world knows you're lying. Mate, that's why we vote for the bloke. He just lies without blinking an eyelid, mate. It's awesome, mate. Fair income. And when he does get caught lying, like selling wheat to Iraq to help him buy weapons and shit, he just shrugs and says he didn't know, mate. But he goes further. He blames someone else. And we all believe him. Well, we don't believe him. We know he's lying. But we love it, mate. End of story. And he walks away, He walks away. Genius. You got to admire a bloke after he rounds up all the refugees and bloody queue jumpers and darkies and sends them off to the concentration camps in the desert, and then goes to church on Sundays so he looks like he cares about him, mate. What a legend, mate. What a fucking legend. We can all learn from that, I mean, I'm not going to go as far as going to church or pretending that I care about people, because I don't. Most people are arseholes, But I'm going to brush up on me lying. I've been taping John Howard off the telly so I can play it back to Jaden, and because Jaden's just a baby and he's bald, he even looks a bit like John Howard. So I got some little glasses for him. Now I can hardly tell them apart, mate. He said, Jaden's not really that good at lying yet, because he can't talk yet, But, you know, when he does, I reckon he's going to give Johnny Howard a good run for his money, mate.